Rick, it's great to see you. You ready?
Yes, good morning, Keith.
I talk to a lot of people that have trouble like quieting their mind or getting a good night's sleep at night because they're either worrying or ruminating, or anxious. And I'd love to know what you think about that. So the title of this talk, let's make it How to Go to Bed with Less on Your Mind. How do you do that, Rick?
Well, this is a very important topic, and I've worked on something that is helpful for me, and I'll be happy to share what I do. Probably won't work for everybody, but at least it might give some people some ideas, and maybe they can customize it to help themselves. First and foremost is fitness and exercise and nutrition. If you're eating poorly, if you're eating junk food, particularly after 7 o'clock at night or 7:30, that's my cutoff. You're likely to have some physical issues with falling to sleep. Secondly, the fitness part of it, I think your body requires a trigger, a notice to it that it's tired. And sometimes when we're racing along in our minds so hectically with so many things that we have to do and knocking things off our to-do list, our bodies don't realize that they're tired. We don't allow them to because we have to keep pushing. Well, with fitness and exercise, you're tuned into your body in a much, much more sophisticated way than if you're a couch potato. So you
Yeah.
know your body. So if you get into the habit of having a physical routine like you and I do and all the guys, you know how your body feels under certain conditions. And usually by the time 6, 7 o'clock comes along, you're ready for the sack. So first two things are fitness and nutrition. And then the third thing is a way of dealing with the normal monkey mind that seems to always want to pop up and review the day, and particularly review all the crap that happened during the day and how you could have done better and what you could have said and how you could have made a better impression and all the negative things that we try to get rid of in the practice. So to calm the monkey mind, what I do are three things. Number one, when I know I'm going to bed, let's say at 9 o'clock, stop eating no later than 7. And for those 2 hours between 7 and 9, no electronics. Sorry, no electronics. I don't care what the excuse is. I don't care. You don't have a jury out. You don't have to be in court to get the jury verdict back. I mean, nothing's that important unless you've got something like a sick kid or a medical issue or something extraordinary. But in a typical day, if you stop eating at 7, between 7 and 9, if 9 is your bedtime, no electronics. And I'm talking TV, I'm talking computers, I'm talking smartphones. Those are the big three. Now, I make one exception for myself with electronics, and that is music. There are two things that I find in my life that really make a difference: meditation and music. Meditation slash exercise. And the reason I put them in the same category is that I get into a flow when I'm exercising. And that flow is very much like a personal meditation when I'm exercising. I have a routine that I do. It's mindless. I can focus completely on the moment and what I'm doing, lifting the weight or doing the resistance training or the isometric or whatever. That flow is like a meditation. So, meditation flow and music are the two things that will do more to change your state of mind and your monkey mind, more than anything else that I've found. So those are my tips. Well, I guess one other point is that when we have a full life, and all of us are so busy, I can't see how anyone would be an exception to this, no matter whether they're retired or still in the middle of the rat race. It doesn't matter. We have a fullness in our lives that we need to make sure that we're the master of. And I often ask myself, do I have a career or does the career have me? And I keep reminding myself all the time of boundaries. And I keep reminding myself, okay, if you're worried about something, that means you're living in the future. You're living at a time that hasn't come yet, that may never come. You're expecting something bad to happen. Now, part of my job as a lawyer is to figure out what the heck can go wrong and try to prevent it by planning and by doing certain things that you can strategically to avoid it. But we all have that little lawyer in us too that's always continuing to look at the future and the terrible things that might happen. And I've over the years developed this very important notion that you cannot deal with anything that isn't on your plate at the moment. So in this moment, is someone shooting at me? Is this moment someone cutting me off? Is this moment something where I've lost a big case? No, none of that is right in front of me. What's in front of me is a monitor and your smiling face. And that's my reality right now. And that's all I'm going to deal with. So, anyway, those are a few ideas that I have.
Man, that's good. That's great, Rick. I won't add any more to it other than I just go to do a gratitude practice, and after I do that, I'm able to drop right off to sleep, man. I don't care what's going on the next day. I'm out, you know. And I think the military really helped with that in the beginning of training myself to go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep. But in terms of quieting the mind, gratitude does it for me every single time. And I'm grateful that it is that simple for me. But I worked on it being that simple. It didn't start out that way, but it is now, Rick. Those are fantastic. Like you, the eating um, and the exercise contribute a lot to me being able to quiet my mind so that I can get some sleep, quiet my mind and to still my heart, It's been great. Rick, I love you. Thank you. Did you get
Wait,
one
wait.
more thing?
Before you go, I really want to get a handle on this gratitude practice and make sure that the viewers and me understand what you do. Do you actually go through things in your mind that you were grateful for that occurred that day? Explain how that works a little bit,
Yeah,
please.
what I do is every single person that I interacted with, everybody during the course of a day, I acknowledge them that day. I just name them and I see them, and it brings me back to that experience. And I just find that very calming,
Mm.
especially if they contribute in some way. And so, let's say we have in the course of a workout, especially Sunday, there are a lot of people here. I mean, a lot of people, and then the guys come after. But I will name everybody here, in my head, and just say how grateful I am for them for contributing to me, crossing paths with me that day. And with Mayo, I do the same thing. Like I'm literally remembering names in a room or a full meeting. So Thursday was a big day of that because I had several meetings with a lot of people in it. But it was a gift, so that brings me right back and quiet my mind. I'm the boss in here. I tell my mind what to do. And I tell it to be grateful for those who crossed my path and how fortunate I am. So that's what my gratitude practice is that.
Man, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. I can see why that would bring you inner peace. That's a beautiful thing.
It really does, Rick. It really does. Thank you. I love you, Rick.
I love you, Keith. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.